Do you know how popular body contour treatments are? This year alone, consumers will spend over $1.1 billion on body contour treatments. So in today's show, we're going to discuss, do they really work and why are they becoming so popular? This episode of Meet the Expert is being sponsored by Inspiration Management. Welcome back. To explore the body contour treatments topic today, I invited one of the best experts possible on this topic, Karen Albright. She is the founder of BodyLase. She has 2 medical spa locations in Raleigh, North Carolina, and she has been in business for 20 years, and her practice performs many body contour treatments. So she is here today to share with us the myth and the reality behind body contour, and does it really work? Welcome, Karen. It's so great to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me, Dory.
Oh, my pleasure. Let's start by telling our audience a little bit about Karen Albright. I know you've had a very interesting career. You started out as an attorney, then you became an entrepreneur and opened up BodyLase. So can we give them a nice little intro to give them an idea who you are and what you've done for the past 20 years?
Sure thing. As you said, I started out as an attorney and worked for a while in a law firm and then went into teaching for a few years. Stepped out of the workforce after my 3rd child was born. And when he went to kindergarten, decided I wanted to get back into the workforce. I have always had an entrepreneurial bug and heard about laser hair removal from my sister in Chicago, who said that she could not get in to get her treatments because there was such a high demand. In Raleigh, where we lived at the time and still do, there were no laser hair removal centers. So I thought, oh, this would be a great thing to bring to the community. And my husband and I opened BodyLase in 2002 as the first standalone laser hair removal center in the Raleigh-Durham area.
That's wonderful. And you've been in business for 20 years, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. So there are so many medical spas now popping up everywhere. And there are many different body contour treatments being done by different manufacturers. There's many different laser companies, from Allergan with Cool Sculpting to Sculpture to Cynosure to Elma Laser. There are so many different body treatments, body contour treatments to be specific. And if consumers are going to spend $1.1 billion on this kind of treatment, how can we inform them as to what is working, what is not working, and how do they make an intelligent choice as to which one is the most ideal for them? So let's start there, and then we'll move on with some more information.
Sure. Well, it's very important to look at whether a device has been FDA approved for fat removal, fat reduction. There are a lot of machines out there, as you said, a lot of companies getting into the business because it is a very popular treatment these days. Everyone wants to look better, fit into their clothes better, be skinnier. So there's a lot of companies out there doing it. It's very important for the consumer to look at the studies, the research. We stand behind Allergan with Cool Sculpting because we know that they do thousands and thousands of dollars of research every year. They have peer-reviewed studies. And we've seen for ourselves the actual results that they provide, that Allergan provides with Cool Sculpting.
That's very nice. Now, we've heard a lot about, for example, with Cool Sculpting, they freeze the fat, right? And then with some other ones, they heat the fat. So as a consumer, you know, even me, if I want to go get a body contour treatment, like, how do I know? Do I freeze my fat? Do I heat my fat? What happens actually to the fat? Where does it go?
Well, that's a great question, Dory. They all work to some extent. They really do. If they're on the market and have FDA approval, they all do work. We prefer the fat freezing because it is painless. Some of the ones that heat the fat are somewhat painful. So Cool Sculpting, the one that we decided to go with, is a painless procedure. We actually let people watch Netflix when they're at BodyLase. We serve them wine and lunch, and they just relax, sometimes even take a nap during their treatment.
No, that's very nice. I like that. It comes time to nap time. You might as well go get your cool sculpting and nap at the same time.
Right.
That works. So there are so many different people out there, different shapes. Some are overweight, some are not so much overweight, but they want to have more curves. So who is that ideal consumer to actually receive, whether it's cool sculpting or another kind of body contour? Who is that person?
Well, as you said, body contouring is the key word, Dory. This is not a weight loss device. This is not a weight loss program. The best clients for this, the people who are going to be the happiest, are ones who, with a healthy BMI, who have perhaps a little bit of extra pockets of fat in certain areas, or maybe they want a better contour to their figure. For example, they would like for women, their waist to go in more, or they have maybe some fat under their chin. We have a lot of really good treatment results with under the chin, removing fat, especially now with everybody on these Zoom calls every day, and all you do is look at your face. So really, it's for people who are at a healthy weight and have some areas they'd like to sculpt or contour.
And how does it exactly work? Like you said, I come in, sit down, I could be watching Netflix or taking a nap. So what is the actual treatment like? Can we explain to consumers what they can expect?
So what you can expect is you'll be hooked up to a pretty large machine, and the machine sucks the fat, and for the first 5 or 6 minutes, it will feel very cold. So that's the most uncomfortable part of the treatment, is right in the beginning. And then eventually that area that is being frozen is numb, and that's what makes it comfortable, because you don't feel it anymore. And you'll be sitting in this, hooked up to this machine for about 35 minutes per area. So after 35 minutes, you take off the device, you go home, there's no downtime, you can go back to work, go back to working out, whatever you were doing, there's absolutely no downtime, very minimal downtime.
That's very interesting. So if somebody has additional weight or love handles or whatever you want to call them on the sides, is that like the most popular area that people treat? Or are there, like you mentioned, the neck, are there different body parts that are more popular in receiving that treatment over others?
I would say the most popular area is the abdomen for us, the waist, love handles. But as I was mentioning, we can do lots of body parts. We can do the arms. A lot of people have, fat under their arms. We can do inner thighs. We can do outer thighs. Really, back fat even is one of the popular areas. So it's whatever you want, whatever area you'd like to get rid of the fat on, we can treat it.
That's nice. So suppose I'm coming to BodyLase or wherever they are located, and you start, like, how do you determine how many treatments do I need, where I should have it, how much is it going to cost me? Like, what's the process? What can a consumer expect when they actually walk into a medical spa for some kind of a body contour treatment?
Well, every treatment is highly customized for the person. So the best medical spas will invite you in for a complimentary evaluation, where we will look at you and evaluate the body, your body areas that you would like to treat, give you a complete consultation, suggest areas that we think would respond very well, and ask you, what do you want? But everyone, it's very customized. It just depends on the person, how much fat they want to get rid of, their particular body type. So it's really important for everyone to have a specialized, individualized consultation.
Okay, well, that makes sense. So are there, it's all about results, right? Because when I'm thinking about $1.1 billion being spent on, whether it's cool sculpting or something else, are these lasting results, or do I need to come back and get that treatment over and over?
That is the beautiful thing about cool sculpting. It is permanent. So the fat cells are permanently killed with cool sculpting. And when you're born with a certain number of fat cells. Those fat cells can increase as you gain weight and decrease as you lose weight, but you still have the same number of fat cells. So with cool sculpting, the fat cells themselves are killed and eliminated through the lymphatic system. So that particular area will remain thinner or less, will have less fat in it. It will not come back. The fat will not come back.
That's very nice. Can you share with us like a success story, maybe from a client, how they came feeling? Because it's all about image these days and confidence and really being able to present yourself in a good way. And as you mentioned, many people are on Zoom and they're seeing themselves, or different seasons of the year you're showing more than other seasons. So what is it exactly that people are feeling? Because it's not just about looking, it's the feeling that drives the reason for them to go and get that treatment. Right. Is that an accurate statement?
Totally accurate, Dory. Some of the happiest clients that I see are ones who perhaps they've had kids recently and they're just trying to get back to what they used to be like before they had the baby. And it's hard. It's hard for people to lose the fat in certain areas. And we really help these women gain their confidence, feel better about themselves. And when you feel good, you're just a happier person. And we feel like we're making the world a better place every day with this.
Yeah, it is. It's such a great feeling. I know when I go get treatments, I always feel better when I come back. It really is very psychological. And the better you feel about yourself, the better you're going to perform at work, the happier you are with your partner. It all kind of snowballs, right?
Exactly.
Into the effect, for sure. Yeah. So what are some of the things that we need to watch out for, or mistakes people make when going to get a body contour, or contraindications maybe with other treatments? Are there any things that they need to know about just as a precaution for our consumers?
I can't speak to the other to any other fat melting devices out on the market, but for cool sculpting, there really aren't many contraindications at all. Pretty much anyone is a candidate. Anyone who has extra fat that they want to see gone is a candidate. We can treat everyone.
Okay. Now, do you recommend people, because you said it's not a weight loss program, do you recommend it as part of the program if somebody's going through some weight loss and now they're having either, whether it's going to be body tightening or maybe freezing more fat? How does this come into play between creating a program for someone where they do need to lose weight, but then what do we do with the body once we lose all that weight? What are some of the treatments that are available that they can have?
Well, we have a recent treatment that we've recently added. Is called the Morpheus 8, which is a skin tightening treatment. And this treatment is most commonly performed on the face to tighten the facial skin, but it can also be performed on the body. So if someone has lost a lot of weight, we can use Morpheus to help tighten. Also, all therapy is another tightening treatment that we offer here at BodyLase. And in addition, cool sculpting itself does have a mild tightening effect on the skin that we have seen anecdotally. So all of these things work in combination to make people feel and look great.
And sometimes people are thinking, okay, I'm going to lose weight, and then they feel like, oh, I need to now go get whether it's plastic surgery or something. So I'm glad that you mentioned that there are different body tightening treatments as well as facial tightening treatments. So how would someone go about experiencing both of these? Do you do the weight loss first, and then you go to cool sculpting, then you go to tightening? Give us an idea of what's the progression that someone would go through.
Well, a lot of times we see people who do cool sculpting while they're doing their weight loss program, because it gives people a jump start to see those results quickly. So we love to do those in combination. And then once people start feeling good about themselves and their clothes start fitting better, they start noticing things on their face that they might not have noticed before. And we offer so many different things such as Botox and fillers, and as I was saying, laser hair removal is a staple here at BodyLase. We do lots of that. And people just feel great. I mean, we love to help women feel more confident, and we can definitely do that here at BodyLase.
Sounds good. Now, I know prices vary all over the place, but when I mentioned that number of 1.1 billion that's going to spend on body contouring, keeping in mind that it is a range, so what could someone, a consumer or one of our viewers, expect to basically invest in like their entire body contour, whether it's just school sculpting or tightening or weight loss? What's a good amount that I can expect to invest to really look my best?
Again, it depends on the person, Dory, but I would recommend, I would say you would start at several $1,000s, $2,000 to $3,000, and all the way up to maybe $10,000. But again, this is something that you would invest over a year, year and a half, to get your ultimate results. It's part of your budget, just like your hair or your gym. It's important to have a budget for your skin and your face.
Yeah,
and your body.
sense. I know we all, especially women and men now, I'm sure you're seeing more and more men even, they want to get rid of that beer belly.
Yes.
Too many Super Bowls and baseball games and too many beers.
Right.
Are you noticing more and more men coming to medical spas now?
Yeah, it's becoming much more acceptable for men to come into medical spas, and we have seen an influx of men, as well as younger people. I think that this social media generation that we live in, with everything is photos and you know, everyone wants to look good. Now we're seeing much younger people coming into the spas and med spas to get treated and to look their best.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm glad everybody is going. It's going to keep everybody looking absolutely amazing and beautiful. Right. So that's good. Now, you mentioned skin tightening. What are some of the other treatments that you are seeing that are extremely popular in a medical spa environment?
Well, as I was mentioning, our most recent addition to our repertoire is called the Morpheus 8, and this is a radiofrequency and microneedling combination treatment. So traditional microneedling, which is a lot of little pins going into the face, a series of that will increase your collagen and elastin production by 400%. There's actually been studies on this. When you add heat or the radio frequency, such as we do with the Morpheus 8, you're going to double that amount.
Wow.
So we're seeing an incredible tightening and lifting and wrinkle smoothing, wrinkle removing effects with our Morpheus 8, and that is one of the most popular treatments here at BodyLase right now.
Nice. And what other ones are available, would you say, that are very popular?
So of course, Botox, that's what we call the gateway drug. Very easy treatment, takes 15 minutes, and is wonderful at removing wrinkles from the upper face, around the eyes, crow's feet, between the brows. And then fillers. Fillers have actually undergone quite an evolution over the last 5 years or so. Started out, we were doing fillers mostly for the lips and the cheeks. And in recent years, or year and a half, 2 years, we are doing a lot of filler in the lower face, the jawline, the chin, even the nose. And we're giving almost face-like results with filler. So it's very impressive now what you can do with filler.
Yeah, you see, and you know, one thing that we hear about often is people telling us that they want to look natural, they don't want to look like they've had anything done. And that's really, sometimes people go to an extreme and they don't know where to stop, and they keep going on and on and on, and they want more and more. How do you handle like someone that comes in and says, give me more, give me more? And you know that's not probably the right thing for them.
Yeah, no, you have to be careful. There are people out there with what's called body dysmorphic disorder, some varying degrees of that. So we have to be careful because our work reflects, you know, our clients reflect our work. So we want people to look natural too. That's part of looking beautiful is looking like you don't have to try. Yeah. So, you know, we'll gently tell people, let's wait a couple months before we do that. Yeah. Recommend something else.
That's good. Get them a little bit sidetracked.
Right.
So it really is interesting, though. Today we had other experts on in past shows, and we were talking about, you know, non-invasive treatment versus invasive treatments, and how much we have gone really so far between delaying the plastic surgery process with all the different treatments that you can actually have now in a medical spa environment. And I just think that's a very great movement, because anytime you can have some medical spa treatments without having downtime or surgery, then it definitely makes a huge difference. I want to go back to microneedling, because I don't think a lot of people know exactly what that is. And I've heard people where you're saying you combine it with other treatments. So can you share with us maybe a story of what kind of results you can really gain from microneedling, especially when you combine it with radio frequency or other type of treatments that you were mentioning?
Yeah, and that is really the name of the game, Dory, is combination treatments. That's what we really like to emphasize, because it's just a synergy effect that you get when you get the canvas of the skin, you get that looking beautiful with things like microneedling or Morpheus 8, or even things like peels, chemical peels, and hydrofacials, things like that can do so much. And then from the canvas, you kind of work up and you work to the structure of the skin, where you lift things with filler, you lift your cheekbones with filler, you fill out the lips with filler, because as we age, it's kind of like a balloon. Your collagen just kind of shrinks down, and the balloon becomes deflated. So our goal at BodyLase is to blow the balloon back up by putting in filler and smoothing the skin. The combination treatments are the way to go.
I love that analogy with the balloon, because sometimes I feel deflated.
We all do.
No, you don't. You look absolutely amazing.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah. So how do you do it? You are amazing, actually. You are a mom, you're a wife, you're an entrepreneur, you manage 2 locations, you do so many different things, and it's like, how do you do it? What's your secret?
Lots of help at home, hiring a great team of people. That is, I have to say, that's probably my number one secret, is I have hired people who are much smarter than me and much better at me at a lot of things than me at a lot of things. And they've really helped. And just creating that team environment. You have to be a risk taker, of course, to be an entrepreneur. And I've always had a little bit of a risk taking gene. It's not for the faint of heart to run a business. I will say that. I've had many nights in the beginning when I started my business where I just thought, there's no way I can keep going. This is crazy. What am I doing? I'm never going to make it. But you have to it's a mindset, I think, Dory. You have to tell yourself that you can do it, you will do it, you're going to succeed, and never give up. That's the answer.
Well, you are definitely an inspiration for many people actually watching, because I'm sure we have a lot of women as well as men with us. And sometimes we feel like, how many more things can we juggle? But like you said, if there's a will, there is a way, and you just keep moving forward, and having the right people around you makes a big difference for sure. So congratulations on your success. It's truly a pleasure to see an entrepreneur like yourself, who has been in business for a long time, and be able to navigate through the coronavirus and what we just went through, and to still come out extremely strong, and you're still helping your community members feel great. So how did you navigate through the little hiccup that we all had?
Yeah, that was scary. When it first started, everyone was scared. We didn't know what was going to happen. We actually closed down BodyLase for about 6 or 8 weeks. And it was scary, but the whole time, I went into problem solving mode. And the first thing I did when we had to close our doors was I opened our online store. We had a lot of inventory sitting on the shelves, and I knew we had to have money coming in the door to pay the rent, to pay the laser leases. I had to furlough all my employees, but I still had quite a lot of expenses that I still had to continue to pay. And with no clients coming in the door, it was scary.
Yes.
So I got my team together, my management team. I kept a few people on, and we got our online store up within a week. We sold through our inventory. We did a lot of social media, a lot of online digital marketing, and we got through it. And every person on my team came back.
Nice.
So I was really, really happy. And they knew the whole time that BodyLase was not going away. We were going to come back. It was just a matter of time.
Absolutely. Well, that says a lot about you, too, as a leader, for people to come back, because I've heard from many other people where some of their team members actually did not come back. And, so congratulations on your success. Congratulations on serving your community members to help everybody look and feel great. So before we leave everyone, and since we are talking a little bit about BodyLase and how you've grown the business and served the community, can you share with our audience a little bit more about what other type of treatments they can actually experience at BodyLase?
Yes, we do everything from facials, hydrofacials, chemical peels, microneedling, all therapy for skin tightening, fillers, Botox, laser vein removal, rosacea treatments, IPL for brown spots. We can get rid of sun damage very well. And we have a whole range of medical skincare products, which are so important to use. If you're going to be spending your money, your hard-earned money on all these treatments, you have to keep that up at home. It's like going to the dentist once or twice a year and never brushing your teeth in between visits. The medical skincare products are critical to continue your results at home.
Absolutely. Well said. Thank you so much. Is there any last minute advice you can give our audience about the body contour treatments, or where can they go to learn more about it, especially if they live in your area?
Sure. We have a great website. It's www.getbodylase.com. Our phone number is 919-954-2288. And we offer free complimentary consultations where we will discuss all of the different services that we offer here at BodyLase and how we can best help you.
That's great. Well, this has been a great interview. Thank you so much for informing our audience about the ins and outs of body contour and who is it ideal for and the results that they can expect. This was definitely a great interview. I so appreciate your time for being with us. Thank you for being on Meet the Experts. If you too would like to be on Meet the Experts, or you'd like to watch some previous episodes of Meet the Experts, you can go to meettheexperts.com and you can check out all previous interviews and also watch Karen's interview again. So that's meettheexperts.com. And if you'd like to be an expert, you can apply and be considered to be on the show. Again, thank you so much for being with us, Karen. It was a pleasure having you. And thank you for watching. And until next time, stay healthy and happy and beautiful. Bye now.